And the red corner, it's Rungroj Konsangngan. 23 years of age, started fighting as 10. 5 feet 3.5 inches tall. He's had 25 professional fights in his career for 8 losses and 5 draws. And in the blue corner, Pornlert Lookmahanark, 22 years of age. He started fighting at the young age of 8. He's 5 feet 4.5 inches tall. 38 fights in his professional career for 6 losses and 3 draws. Round 1. This should be a very even fight. Both these fighters haven't quite peaked, but they're on their way to peaking. 23 years of age is Rungroj in the red corner. 22 years of age is Pornlert in the blue. Rungroj is 1 inch shorter than Pornlert in the blue. But if you look at the fights, number of fights they both had, it's very, very even. And both these fighters looking for a win here tonight as they rise up in their career. Fairly important fight for both fighters. And a fairly careful round it is too in round 1. A deep push kick there by Pornlert that pushed Rungroj right down on his back to open up proceedings here in round 1. Let's see, I'm sure that Rungroj wouldn't have liked the embarrassment of being pushed down in the first round. And you can hear the crowd buzzing about that particular push kick. Now that certainly was a classic one by Pornlert. He extended the push kick and back went Rungroj, and he had nothing he could say about that. He was spread-eagled on his back on the canvas. Quite an embarrassment of Muay Thai. I think it was more it wasn't as much the power of that deep push kick, it was just the way in which it was delivered. It came from nowhere, and I think that Rungroj just didn't expect to see it to happen to him so early in this fight, and then he just found that took all the energy and just relented to it and found himself on his back. So don't often see that happen in the first round. Rungroj now trying to recover from that misadventure. Moving in onto Pornlert. Pornlert's holding his strong defence there. Fires in a low leg kick onto Rungroj's thigh. Punch kick combination there by Pornlert. Look at the style of Pornlert. He seems to be slow and sort of lackadaisical almost, but that's more of his own mannerism. I can assure you that there's nothing lackadaisical about his endeavour, but it could be a little bit misleading when you look at him. The way he stands there, he sort of just shuffles around, and no doubt then you can see him unleash an attack at any movement, and as he did with that push kick, and often you could tend to underestimate Pornlert. He's a very sound fighter, even though he doesn't go rushing in like a lot of fighters do. So look at this deep push kick. Bang, there it goes, and down goes Rungroj. You don't see him as finely done as that one. And Pornlert, there he is under attack, and that elbow by Rungroj missed by about 1.5 centimetres, and if that one had landed with the power he's exerting, it could have caused some damage. So let's go into round 2, scheduled for 5. Rungroj in the red corner and Pornlert in the blue. Pornlert uses that deep push kick again to keep Rungroj away. Likes to use the deep push kick, Pornlert. And Rungroj will no doubt be trying to get in close. He's a 1 inch shorter than Pornlert, so the tactics of Rungroj will probably be to get in close and be able to use his knees to his advantage and to overcome the height disadvantage if he gets the opportunity. See the build of Pornlert. He's more of a stocky sort of a fighter. He's not as like he's got long legs that would help him in the grapple. So Rungroj will probably try to get in grappling later on as this fight progresses. Pornlert in the blue, standing back now. In goes the attack with Rungroj. Now the grapple. Let's see who's got the stronger technique here in the grappling. Battle of strength here. Not much knees going in. Both fighters jostling. There goes the first knee by Rungroj. And another knee, but fortunately for Pornlert, he was able to break free from that grapple, and Rungroj was unable to score. There's a leg grab, forcing Pornlert back into the corner. Rungroj in the red on the attack again. Trying to put pressure on the Pornlert here in round 2. Leg grab by Rungroj, but he can't go on with it. In fact, he finds himself falling to the ground as Pornlert shows his strength in breaking free from that leg grab possible plough. Roundhouse by Rungroj. Roundhouse exchanges now as Pornlert and Rungroj let loose with those long-range roundhouse kicks. Well, the technique of these fighters isn't all that classic, as you for want of a better word, compared to our previous fight, where both fighters were sort of whipping in those roundhouse kicks. And it's could be an indication, though, that both these fighters intend to take this fight right through to the 5th round. They may be conserving a bit of their energies here as we go into the latter stages of round 2. Pushing again by Pornlert. Now the grapple, knee attack by Rungroj, got through. Knees there by Pornlert, didn't score. And Rungroj goes in for the grapple again. As I predicted in the first round, I thought that Rungroj would try to use grappling and his knees to his advantage. There he goes in hard onto Pornlert, and the referee fortunately breaks it for Pornlert as the bell sounds to end round 2. Well, that's been the tactics. The flag that he put up in round 1 was from Rungroj, was that he wanted to get in close. And there's that T-push kick, head high by Pornlert. That's a couple of times now he's scored with that T-push kick, and that will be the problem area that Rungroj's going to have if he tries to get in close to get going into grappling and kneeing, is that Pornlert will be able to use that T-push kick to keep him away. So that's something that Rungroj's going to have to overcome if he's going to win this fight. Round 3. And we've got 3 more rounds remaining. This fight deadlocked at this stage. I wouldn't like to pick a winner or who's winning. Both these fighters have shown that they're neither has got the ascendancy, but you can see Rungroj now, they're moving in with his grappling and knee attacks, and that's what he should need to do. He's scoring well that way, and Pornlert needs to break away from the grapple, and he couldn't do on that occasion, so good scoring there by Rungroj in the grapple with the knees. Rungroj, no doubt that would give him a fair bit of confidence to keep up that particular tactic, to get in close and use his knees whenever he can. Rungroj on the attack. Pornlert standing back. Rungroj coming in hard, leg grab, knee, and down goes Pornlert. So again in the grapple, it's Rungroj who's looking better. Certainly showing more strength, and he's able to score well with these knees, but there was a good head-high kick by Pornlert. Pornlert certainly doing better at long distance, where those push kicks, and there was a flying elbow attempt. In comes Rungroj now with these knees. That's where his strength is, and down loads Pornlert onto the canvas. So at long range, Pornlert in the blue certainly has the weapons with his T-push kick and head-high kicking, but in short range, it's Rungroj. Get it right, it's Rungroj who's certainly stronger in the grapple. So Rungroj able to use his knees and scoring well against the head-high kicker and T-push kicker, Pornlert. So this is becoming quite a classic encounter. Can Rungroj get in close and score? Or can Pornlert stand back and score and not enable his opponent to get in close and score with his knees? Good punch there by Pornlert. Rungroj in a bit of trouble now. It takes a number of punches by Pornlert. and Pornlert's going to get the count there to Rungroj. Rungroj's gone down, going to take the full count, so that puts Pornlert right in the driver's seat now to win this fight. Pornlert punches again. He might even knock down Rungroj the way he's going. Pornlert on the attack now, senses that Rungroj is vulnerable, and he's really going in hard with those punches. Rungroj in a lot of trouble here in round 3. All sorts of trouble. He's taken the count once, and no doubt he'd be very pleased to hear the sound of that bell. He was in a fair amount of trouble there. In fact, he may not have lasted this fight any longer had the round gone on another 10 seconds, because Pornlert was really letting fly with some hard punches. There's the first one. Referee comes in there, gives the count to Rungroj. No, he doesn't give the count, he lets him fight, but what's the next one come in? This will be the punch that does it. Hard punches, ready for it, sets it up, uppercut, hard uppercut, and then another one that's almost a half elbow, half punch, and there's a left cross, left hook, and down he goes, and the referee comes in and does give the count, gives the count of 8 to Rungroj, and at this point, Pornlert looked like he was going to knock down Rungroj, but fortunately for Rungroj, the bell sounded to end a round that I'm sure Rungroj would rather forget. Because up to that stage, he was looking quite dangerous with his knees, and was certainly the stronger in the grapple, and Pornlert a little bit uncomfortable with every time that Rungroj got into the grappling stages. So we start round 4 with Pornlert, I'd say, 1 point ahead. So from now on in, Rungroj's going to have to be the better fighter if he's going to salvage this particular encounter. Rungroj, hard at it, into the grapple that he's good at. It's where he shows his strength and dumps down Pornlert. That's what he needs to do, and do more of it to make up that points loss that he lost when he got knocked down with that hard left hook in the 3rd round. Look, he's really powering back though, Rungroj. Powers on to Pornlert, and Pornlert goes down for the 2nd time in round 4. Rungroj, he's not going to capitulate in this one. Pornlert's going to have to fight it all the way if he's going to win, and look at the endeavour here by Rungroj. Grabs onto Pornlert in the grapple, hard with his knees, scoring well, Rungroj, and then dumps Pornlert down, downloads him onto the canvas. So Rungroj coming back hard now in round 4. On the attack, grapples again, in with the knees. Rungroj putting the pressure onto Pornlert. Pornlert stands up against the ropes. There's the knees by Rungroj. Rungroj coming in hard onto Pornlert. There he goes again, in with the grapple around the head. There's the knees by Pornlert, now trying to come back, but look at the determination of Rungroj. He only knows one way, and that's forward. Rungroj trying to make up that points loss he had in round 3. Leg grab, plough. Can he download him? He does. So that's the 4th time that Pornlert's had to taste the canvas here in round 4. Rungroj on the attack, knees by Pornlert in defence. Roundhouse kick by Rungroj. Rungroj doing all the attacking, punching now. He wants to knock down Pornlert if he gets the opportunity. Leg grab, plough. Here he goes, looking hard, and brings down Pornlert for the 5th time, and really having a great round as Rungroj. I would say he's almost made up that point as an elbow attempt there by Pornlert to keep Rungroj away, but certainly it's been a great round for Rungroj, bouncing back after being knocked down in the 3rd round with a left hook, and now he really does mean business again as he gets the grapple on to Pornlert, and down goes Pornlert. That's the 6th time this round. 6 times down, and Rungroj is back into this fight. Not only is he back into it, but the way in which the crowd are cheering him on, and the lackadaisical performance by Pornlert in this round, he's even tipped to win it, I'd say. Really, Pornlert has run out of steam, and there's still another round to go. And Rungroj is on the attack. He's made up that point, and look at Pornlert. He's battling to stay on his feet, and what a great round by Rungroj. Well, who would give him a chance at the end of round 3? Nobody. but he just stuck to his guns, tackled him hard, grappled, kneed, used the plough, brought down Pornlert on 6 successive occasions, and really he's back into this fight. There he is, barreling Pornlert down onto his back, and you saw Pornlert kiss the canvas 6 times. That's the way he did it, right down. There's the referee right onto his case there, making sure that everything's okay. And there it is again, bang, down he goes again. And really, it was Rungroj's round all the way. And there, one more time, down goes Pornlert, downloaded on the canvas. And one more time, there it is. And Rungroj, showing his enormous strength for a little fella, did remarkably well. And just when you thought that he was all but finished, back he came with a magnificent round in, and with one more round remaining, I'd say that the tide has turned, and it's hard to think that Pornlert has got any answer to that round. We'll see what happens now. Round 3, Rungroj again on the attack. Don't forget though, he has to make up 1 full point when he got knocked down in round 3, so he certainly can't afford to put his helmet on and go cruising in this round. He's got to really fight it all the way, and that's exactly what he's doing. You can see he's hard and determined, and this occasion Pornlert's got the grab on him, but there it is again, the strength of Rungroj powering over Pornlert, showing his determination to win this encounter. Good roundhouse to the head there by Rungroj. He's doing everything right in round 5 so far. Pornlert needs to score and score quickly, because this fight is starting to slip away from him, as Rungroj's been on the attack now for 1.5 rounds, and he shows no signs of slackening up one piece here, as he keeps the pressure right onto Pornlert. And there's some of the anxious fans of Pornlert. They're wondering what's happened to him since round 3. We've hardly seen him score. He's done very little since round 3 when he did knock down Rungroj. I think he thought the fight was all over. He got a clear 1 point advantage, but then back came Rungroj in that 4th round and certainly matched it up. And now it will be decided on the 5th, and Pornlert is doing very, very little as Rungroj is taking up the fight. Certainly though, Rungroj, after all that heaving he did in round 4, must be starting to tire, so Pornlert could attack if he had anything left in him. He could really attack now and put some pressure onto Rungroj, but doesn't seem to be the case. Maybe Rungroj is just too tenacious for him. Maybe Pornlert thinks that 1 point advantage he scored with a knockdown will be enough to see him through, and he can afford to take the easy way, because there's nothing that Rungroj can do bar knocking him down to win this fight. Well, that's a big risk to take, because Rungroj has really scored a lot of points since he was knocked down, so really Pornlert does need to score himself. Both fighters now very tired. Rungroj believes he's not done enough to win it. Pornlert thinks with his knockdown did enough to do it, so we've always got a stalemate in this fight. It's going to be left to the judges, I think. Neither fighter has got much energy left to really get in and score. They're both given their utmost. They're now running their fighting tanks are running on empty, just about, as Rungroj finds one last attempt to attack, holds his hand up in the air to show that he's on top of that particular encounter. So now it's going back into the defensive role. Both fighters standing back. There goes the bell. Well, it's going to be close. I tend to favour Rungroj. He dominated round 4, and I think he did a little bit more in round 5, despite the fact that Pornlert did knock him down on that 3rd round. There's a deep push kick there by Rungroj, and I think he did enough. Rungroj in the red will get my judgment, but it's going to be very, very close. That's a draw. Well, that's probably the fair result for that fight. Certainly Pornlert got the advantage in round 3 when he knocked down Rungroj, but then again Rungroj did come home so well.